Bronze memorials are everlasting, but after years of exposure to the elements, a memorial can look like this. Resurfacing can make it look new. Matthew's resurfacing program can help you generate income from accounts that you thought were closed. Here's Paul Kiefer to show you how it's done.
Hi, I'm Paul Kiefer from Matthews International, and I'm going to show you how to resurface a memorial. This is the memorial that I'm going to resurface. It has been in the cemetery about 35 years. As you can see, it is green. This is called patina. To make this memorial look new, it needs to be resurfaced. In order to resurface a memorial, you will need the following items: color, highlighter, and final finish. You will also need a scrub brush, a brass brush, emery paper, and duct tape. To make your job easier, it's handy to have a grinding tool with a buffing wheel, a polishing pad, and an artist brush. There's a few things I want to tell you about the grinding tool and the buffing wheel. The grinding tool can be purchased as an air tool or an electric tool. The buffing wheel is a level cut, unitized wheel. It's made out of corn cob, and it costs approximately $30. None of these items are in our kit, but they can be purchased at your local hardware or department store. It is also a good idea to have gloves, safety glasses, and an apron. The first step is to prepare your memorial by breaking the surface with rough emery paper. I've already covered half of this memorial, so you'll be able to see the difference between before and after. Remember, I'm only breaking the surface so you can use your buffing wheel so you don't wear out your buffing wheel. The purpose of the emery is to do all the raised surfaces, and again, to save your buffing wheel, the emery will save your wheel. Now that you're finished with your emery, you can start cleaning off your memorial with your brass brush. Remember to get down inside of your letters. Very important. The reason why you want to get in between your letters and around your ornaments is to make sure that your paint will stick when you're ready to spray. Now that you've used the brass brush, you can also use a scrub brush to make sure you got all your dust off of your casting in and around your letters and your ornamentation. Still a little bit of dust on it, you can see that. Okay, I'm going to show you how to use the buffing wheel now. And for those who do not have a buffing wheel, they're going to have to continue with the emery paper like you saw me do a few minutes ago. I'm going to use the buffing wheel now. It makes it a lot easier and a lot faster. Before I go any further, I'd like you to understand one thing. When you're buffing and you're using a buffing wheel, you should always go from left to right. once you're satisfied with the buffing, then you can go on to the next step, which will be to dust it off with a brush. Make sure that all the dust is off of it. Once you've brushed off all your dust, the next step is coloring. The first thing you do is you overspray your casting and you take half of each pass. As you can see what I'm doing right here. Now you shoot the side, you do the same thing. You shoot the half over the other pass and you shoot the side. Now I want you to notice one thing. There's four sides to this memorial and you'll have to spray it 4 ways. Now we're going to overshoot the same way and I'll also do the same thing. I take each pass half from the other pass. I want you to notice I'll do the same thing. I'll overshoot it, and then I'll take half of each pass. I'm approximately 6 to 8 inches from my memorial. All right, this is going to be our 4th and final pass. This will help preserve your memorial by putting on the 4 passes. All right, now that we've finished the color, the next step is highlighting or removing the color from your letters and ornamentation and your border. To do this, you need a block, a rag, and actually your highlighter. To do this properly, you put the rag over your block, squeeze it tightly, take your highlighter and spray on the block over the rag. Do this several times. You saturate your rag. I'll set this down here. Then you take your rag, pat it gently so it doesn't run through your letters. Now, you go over your letters like this, use a little pressure. Now you can see how nice we're highlighting the letters while removing the color. And this does not take too long. When your rag is full of color, change the position of your block. Twist it tightly and saturate your rag. All right, now you notice there's still a little bit of color on your rag. You can still use it. Spray, saturate it the same way. Pat it gently. And then now we're going to do the border. 1 pass, 2 passes. You may have to go over several times. All right, now we're going to get some of these leaves here. I'm going to have to move my block again. We're just going to take off what we can on the leaves, and I'll show you another system that I use after I get this border here. Once you've gone as far as you can with the block, remove the block and wrap the cloth around your finger. As you can see, you can get close with your fingers down inside your leaf. You should leave a little color in between. Just get off what you can. Now that we've wiped the letters off, the next step is to polish them a little bit. And this will shine up your letters and your border. I'm using a little pad here. And you go over the whole border and your leaves. As you notice, it's putting a nice highlight on it. It's shining them up real nice. Okay, now that we've finished highlighting our letters, I want to show you a little trick that I use. Sometimes a little bit of background, the green, will be showing through. So what I do, take a little bit of color, take up your can, keep it away from your eyes, and spray a little color into your lid. Take your artist brush, dip it into your color till you get it pretty well saturated. Then you proceed to coloring the little, can't even see it, just the little bits of green that are showing through. Okay, now that we've finished touching up our green spots, we're going to apply our final finish. We'll do the same thing as we did on the color. We'll overspray and we'll take half of each pass and we'll apply the 4 passes like we did the color. You need to wait 2 minutes between each pass. This will give it a chance to dry, and the final finish will not run on you. When you're finished with your final finish, it takes approximately 24 hours to cure. About 5 minutes to the finger touch. We're finished. That was easy, wasn't it? Looks a lot different than it did when we started.
To generate extra income from resurfacing, many cemeteries place their resurfaced memorials on a granite base. Matthews granite is the perfect complement to bronze. Our quarries in the Carolinas provide the strongest granite available for memorial foundations. A resurfaced memorial on granite can increase your income and help to keep your property looking its best. To support your resurfacing program, suggested sales letters and leaflets which can be imprinted with your organization's name and logo are available. For further information on resurfacing or any of Matthews' fine line of bronze memorialization products, call 800-628-8439 or write to your customer service representative at 1315 West Liberty Avenue, Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania 15226.